It's considered the toughest classic rally in the world. This year, 42 drivers and navigators, hundreds of mechanics and crew will tackle over 5,000 kilometers in just 9 days. To finish, they will contend with Kenya's most beautiful and unforgiving terrain. Who will conquer this epic challenge? Will it be the newcomers? Or will Africa prove to be too hard for them? There's the previous champions, who know just what it takes to complete this grueling race. Or will a new winner emerge? One thing is for sure, to get to the end, all will endure the world's toughest classic rally.
You know, it takes us 2 years to organize the safari. It's a lot of work. We have to go through the route about 7 or 8 times. But I'm very lucky. I have a great team. They're totally dedicated to this event. Apart from that, we have to be very engaging with the population. As you can see, there's so many people here. They're loving it here. But they will not love it if you're going to come and spoil their roads or kill their animals. So it's very important that they know what's going on. They all support us because they realize that this is a showcase for their country. When I started rallying in the early 70s, 72 was my first safari, the whole country stopped for the safari rally. Yeah? These were the old days of the real safari rally, as we call it.
The capital of Kenya takes time off for a few days every Easter to play host to the motor rallying fraternity of the world. Here, amid the brass bands and yelling crowds, is the focal point, the start, control and finish of the famous East African Safari Rally. This rally, considered to be the toughest of the lot, has caught the imagination of the motoring world and has grown from a modest local affair to this, the 17th to be held, and with a large entry of top international teams and drivers.
1K is going to be caution, medium left rough into turn square right.
Looking forward for the dirt and the mud and all of that, because this is the real deal, and I've seen it so many times on video. I'm quite happy to do it myself.
You have open roads, you have service along the way, you have to fix the car yourself. You're going for 8 or 9 days, thousands of kilometers. It's the original spirit of the rally.
This is a rally for the legends. It's a big honor for us as the first indigenous Kenyans to participate.
Being brought up in Kenya, we've always had this kind of safari fever, as we call it.
I did a couple of rallies last year, and yes, we are ready to go now.
This is my first stage rally, so I'm jumping in the deep end.
With the little Dadzile, we can't win, but at least we can prove to ourselves that we can finish all the stages and get to where we need to be every evening.
I've had so many frustrating events that it'd be nice to just have a clean run and get to the end, so touch wood.
For us to be able to do this event, first of all, it means everything. This is something I wanted to do since I was like year high.
We can have elephants on the road, we can have a road that is washed away by a river, and that's the classic safari rally, and I'm so excited to get going.
cars were flagged off from the start ramp in Naivasha town in order of seeding and headed straight to the first stage. Anticipation was at an all-time high, with one of the most competitive driver lineups in the 10-year history of the event. Day 1 started in Eburu and ran a total of 456 kilometers, ending in Nakuru.
We know the target, but I need to hear you say it.
We want to win.
Immaculately prepared, as always. Just 9 days to go and have some fun.
His first classic did the mini, though. Yeah, which gave me an idea of what I'm up against. Yes, it didn't go awfully well on the first stage, so hopefully this time it'll be a little bit better.
And I keep saying that I've been to Kenya 20 years ago, and coming back is an amazing surprise. It's beautiful, and the country has changed so much for the better. And I'm really looking forward to do this rally and visit the country and move around.
We need to be first in class. Yeah. So Raji Barrage, we've got to beat him.
But some had issues even before the rally had started. Nish Lakhani had to replace his engine the night before and was suffering from overheating issues.
Do we go clockwise or anti-clockwise?
I know, I got that. I can do that. I know what to do there. I just need a fucking spanner.
We don't have a dense spanner here, that's the problem. Can't do it with this. Can't do it work. How long do we have left, Tiku?
Only 2 minutes.
No, to start the stage?
Yeah.
No,
you don't have to get into my time. Get into my time.
Yeah, how many minutes do we have?
2 minutes to get up.
No, it's not possible, Jay. Tiku, I want that. Tiku, I want them to go ahead of us.
That's fine, buddy. We don't want to lose time.
Okay, so let's just clock in, you clock in, and then we'll
Clock in and park, Nish.
Go well and enjoy.
With 3 stages ahead of them, defending champion Chris Rosenberger was the first to charge into the world's toughest classic rally.
That was just a driver error, a stupid mistake. I was still, we'd only just got into the first stage, and I was still trying to play around with wires and whatever instead of driving, and then he was screaming, turn left. And when I actually heard him, I turned left, only that there was a ditch, so I ended upside down. Anyway, they put me back on, and it worked, so we left.
Good one.
Day 1 saw the classic claim its first casualties. Rajesh Maini, Quentin Mitchell, Jean-Michel Martin, Antonio Pintos dos Santos, Pedros Matos Chavez, Kailash Chauhan, Ian Dobson and Hamza Anwar. There was also a shock exit for Jeff Bell, who was expected to run high this year, retiring with a broken distributor. Bell and the other retirees, however, able to rejoin the rally, but would not be in the official classification. At the end of day 1, Ken Block was leading, having quickly adapted to the Kenyan terrain and living up to his reputation as one of the favourites. Chris Rosenberger was within touching distance in second, with Baldev Chaga in third. Lee Rose maintained his early form from the day, finishing fourth. But all drivers were united in their opinion that day 1 was a baptism of fire.
Oh, that was really bumpy, tough, crazy.
I have to admit, it's probably one of the most
difficult day ones we've ever done in this long classic rally.
I mean, this thing's not been working all day. So we started the stage, it started screaming and screaming and screaming. They told us it's not working at the beginning of the stage. I don't know. It's just been a shit day.
Brilliant result for us. Car didn't miss a heartbeat, and we're ready to rock and roll tomorrow. We're going to take the next 2 days as well, like we did today.
Won my first stage here at the East African Classic Safari Classic Rally, so it's better than where I thought I would be. Everything felt good. The car was working well. Alex reading me the notes the way that he's reading me with the route book worked well, and yeah, just linking turns together and trying to go quick.
Good day overall. Three big stages, extremely rough by all accounts. Most cars took a bit of a beating, some more than others. But to be honest, really well managed by all drivers.
Day 2 started in Nakuru and ended in Nanyuki, running across the high-altitude fringes of the Aberdare Mountains and through the dramatic landscape of the Loldaiga Hills, covering a total distance of 451 kilometers.
Definitely the underdogs today. And honestly, just looking forward to getting out on the stages, some clean runs, and hopefully we can claw back some time, but just have a lot of fun at this point.
I hope the engine stays together. We've got half an engine.
Oh, have you?
No, not half, but there's bits of metal that we've taken out of it. So we just, yeah, fingers crossed and hope that it stays together.
Can we get some Flower of Scotland?
Oh, Flower of Scotland, when will we see?
It was Philip Kaduri and Piers Dakin with the early pace. However, stage 4 claimed its first major scalp.
Yes, cheer.
Yesterday it was overheating and we pulled a bit of metal out of the engine, the bush on the camshaft, cam rod, whatever it's called. And then today we just decided to keep going and see how far it got, but it didn't get us very far. So we're done. We'll go and try and rebuild it and try and join the rally maybe tomorrow or the day after. Bit gutted, yeah, not gone how everything was expected, but that's rallying. I mean, that's what this rally's about. So we're keen to get going though again.
Many of the drivers also struggled with navigation issues.
Look at the camera. That's rallying. But the problem was actually, they changed the stage. One junction was changed, they shortened it. So instead of going left like we were supposed to on the original route, we went straight over a junction this time. And there was a policeman standing there. And the policeman was sending us in the wrong direction. And we had the proper pace note, but like when a policeman stands there and he goes like that, you go in that direction. So we headed off in the wrong direction.
Came on some places where Patrik asked me about, is this really? Are we supposed to drive here? I said, yeah. It says so here in the road book, so... But there's no road. No. But you should still go here.
So it was really rough on some places. A bit more than we expected, to be honest.
Day 2 had a significant impact on the leaderboard. Lee Rose hammered his suspension and lost well over 15 minutes, dropping him down the order. Philip Kadori and Ken Block suffered a double puncture, as did Chris Rosenberger, whose problems were further compounded by a broken jack.
Terrible for the cars. You should see the roads that we are on with holes like this. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Never seen this.
Day 2 also saw Evans Kavisi and Toby Wright dropping out of classification. Swedish rallying ace Patrik Sandell finally found his rhythm, taking second place in the stage, moving him up the leaderboard. But it was Piers Dakin who shocked everyone in only his second rally, taking his first stage victory and moving him up to 5th. The big news of Day 2 was Baldev Chaga topped the leaderboard.
This is a rally where speed isn't necessarily the most important thing. It really is about avoiding trouble.
We just got to slow down a little bit. We have to get to Otama. There's no question about it.
What did you say? Slow down.
Day 3 saw the rally remain in the Nanyuki region, running across the Laikipia Plains for a total of 357 kilometers.
We're just driving to the finish. We want to make sure we finish the rally, so we're starting to take it easy now and make sure we get through it.
It's going really well. We broke a front right damper yesterday evening, but we got through the stage and now fixed it, so no problems today.
From yesterday, the stages were a bit fair, although rough and tough. Today the axle also rough, but in some sections a bit smooth, but I mean, we can't rule out any surprises.
But we've set the car up better for this stage, so we'll keep on improving, and you know, the main thing is we haven't had a problem.
We had a big moment in the first stage, simply because as we approached a medium left corner, the helicopter flew past us and it distracted Piers at the wrong moment. So we went wide and through a ditch, did some damage, but still got second fastest on the stage by only 1.6 seconds. So, you know, we were disappointed with the result, but very pleased that we got out of the stage just with a bent arm. And yeah, let's bring it on tomorrow.
Unfortunately, I got a rock in the line, moved over, I hit it with the skid plate, and my co-driver goes, "Oh, that sucks." And I'm like, "But I hit it with the skid plate, it should be fine." A couple corners later, the tire was flat, so we had to pull over and change that. Then we did another 10 or 15K down the stage, and we were in a soft area, and all of a sudden I spun out, and the right rear had gone. So, you know, stopping once sucks. Stopping twice, you lose just a lot of time. It takes 3 or 4 minutes to change a tire, so we lost 8 minutes-ish there, just changing those 2 tires. So, and yeah, that's rally.
As Day 3 came to an end, there were retirements for Ivan Marikin, Richard Arrowsmith, and Aslam Khan. Ken Block dropped a further 2 places to 5th. Piers Dakin impressively moved up to 4th in spite of his off-road excursion. Patrik Sandell held on to 2nd place, but was sandwiched by 2 of Kenya's most experienced drivers. Ian Duncan's consistent pace had him in 3rd, and Baldev Chaga, who was yet to win a stage, in the lead. Roadside service is an essential part of the classic and was a key feature of the original Safari Rally.
Yeah, when I was an official, I used to look at the mechanics and say, that's a fun job. And now I'm here and I'm like, oh shit, it was better being an official.
And then, yeah, do your service, do whatever you need to do, and then back off down the road again with the car. We pack everything away again as fast as we possibly can, get it back in the van, and then get back in the van as fast as we can, straight to the next service, really. And it pretty much plays out like that the entire day.
What time would you say on average you get to sleep at the end of the day?
Probably 12, really. I mean, you need a well-earned beer afterwards as well, so that takes at least 45 minutes. It would generally be sort of 5 o'clock start, grab a bit of breakfast, and then straight on the road, straight to the first service point, pull everything out of the truck, as you see here, tyres, wheels, fuel, tools, everything out, and then wait for them to come in, cross your fingers that they're going to come in okay, and then the adrenaline kicks in the minute the car pulls in.
This is one of the worst rallies for punctures and breakages we've had as a team, and we're only in day 3. But you know, it's crazy. It's good crazy.
Day 4 was said to be the longest of the rally, covering 678 kilometers from the central highlands of Nanyuki to Amboseli at the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro.
Well, this is termed the endurance day, which means that we're going to do 2 stages together, and there's no service at the end of the first one, which is very tricky in Africa.
Sure, we have to take it easy on the first one because there is no service in between the 2 stages. So if things happens in the first stage, you have to start the following stage as the car will be. So yeah, I think we'll have to be a bit cautious on the following stage.
I'm really curious to see what happens at the very front of the rally and to see whether, you know, those guys keep attacking the way they have been. And if they can get away with it, they'll take a big gap. But I think today is definitely not the day you attack.
We are trying to have a calm day. Very long, but also calm day.
What time do you think you'll arrive in Amboseli?
Late.
Stage 11 was a fast straight stage with the drivers reaching a top speed of over 180 kilometers per hour. 500 meters in, Ken Block hit a huge hole.
Ball joint broke on the suspension over the water bar there, just like 20 meters away. So it snapped the wheel open. It's impossible to drive 70 k's with it. You know, we would have to drag the front end, so we're stuck.
We're not far into the stage. I think it's only like the second call of the stage in the route book, and either Alex called it a bit late or I heard it late, but we just came over the crest flat out, and it should have been a caution stay right. And by the time I braked to get right for the hole, I was already in the hole. So there's a hole right there, just the front end went in and it broke the ball joint. So just nothing we could do about it, just disappointing.
Stage 2 and 3 of the day were cancelled due to safety concerns. And after reviewing Ken Block's accident, the stewards added a 3-hour penalty to his time, ending the Americans' hopes for a top finish. The day closed out with Patrik Sandell having snatched the lead from Baldev Chugga, who was now in second, and with Ian Duncan holding on to third. All competitors were instructed to drive straight to Parc Fermé in Amberselly at safe speeds.
We cancelled one stage today, that was competitive section 12, and we interrupted competitive section 11. Both of that was due to safety reasons. There were many people on the road. It was not an easy decision that the clerk of the course had to take.
It's a shame to lose the final stage because it was planned as an endurance section, so it could have gone either way, but there we go, these things happen.
I want to take a long sleep tonight. I barely slept yesterday night. We had to wake up at 4:30 to prepare and get into the car before 6.
For tomorrow is the rest day, so I will have a nice massage, maybe a beer, and then get ready for the rest of the rally.
Day 5 of the rally was a well-deserved day off for the drivers, but not for their crews, with 5 hours to get their cars in the best shape possible for the rest of the rally.
Boys are doing a great job, and this is what it is.
On display was the contrast in resources between the teams, from Tuthill with an army of professional mechanics to the smaller teams who rely on friends and family.
But he's a former.
Day 6 got underway in the shadows of Mount Kilimanjaro as the drivers raced around the wildlife Eden of Amberselly National Park, covering a total distance of 370 kilometers.
We dropped them down a bit now after the road section and then to allow some the pressure will rise when it gets hot on the stage, so that's why.
Patrik Sandell started in the lead, but that was short-lived.
So just bad luck, In the start, just started on first, short shifted to second because it was very soft, so I just wanted to get going. But when I let go of the clutch on second gear and I went on throttle, it just snapped. So unfortunate that it didn't snap on one of the bumps on the road section going there, because then maybe we could have fixed it. Yeah, just bad luck.
Stage 2 was a reminder of how dangerous rallying can be.
was one of the long open straights was really loose, and the tail got a little bit happy, and we sort of just came off the road. I think no one to blame, just a loose surface, you know, and off and then end over end about 6 times. So it's quite a big one. Got checked over by the doctors, and they gave us a bill of good health, and we're here. So yeah, not ideal.
Frank Tundo also went out of classification due to a broken steering column. Sandell's incident had cost him the lead, but the Swede made up for lost time by winning the 2nd and 3rd stages of the day. By the end of day 6, there was an all-Kenyan top 3. Baldev Chaga reclaimed the lead in his Porsche 911, Ian Duncan was in 2nd in his Rover Vitesse, and Piers Dakin, who had a steady day in his Datsun, was now in 3rd.
Today's been a good day. We just stayed on exactly where we should be on our pace, and yeah, it's looking good.
I think the 3 of us here are probably separated by, I'll guess, about a minute now tomorrow between 7th and 9th places, 3 total cars, so we'll do what we can do.
Well, we're not really fast, we're just trying to be consistent, because those top guys are much faster than we are, that's for sure. Yeah, we just have to keep it going and then see what happens.
Day 7 covered a total distance of 378 kilometers, traveling through one of the most distinctive regions of Kenya, the county of Taita Taveta, famed for its dramatic copies of ferrous red earth. One of the charms of the classic is the camaraderie between the drivers.
I'd be very happy to be out there. That was very funny.
Come on, Ryan.
Have a good time.
For sure, I will.
Remember, you're my number 1.
Philip, you're always number 2.
You have a really good day, and then the next day you're thinking, you felt so good this morning, and then we got stuck in that fish.
It sucks you in and goes, and our diff got grounded on the thing. Hamza, he's a wily young man. He turned and he came in at just the right angle, and he just tugged us till we got the diff off. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Border came along, so I tied the rope to the border.
He said, get in and drive. So I look round and there's this border with our tow rope attached to the car. He's giving it a roar.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
With the 2nd stage of the day cancelled due to roadworks, all teams were instructed to head to the 3rd and final stage. As day 7 ended, there were only 2 retirements, with Simon Conley having mechanical failure and Mark Bentley remodeling his beautiful Ford Escort. Both Ken Block and Flash Tundo demonstrated what might have been, with Tundo placing second in the first stage and Block winning the final day stage. But it was Sandell back in third, the Swede clawing back time against the leaders, with Ian Duncan in second and Baldev Chugga clinging on to first. Both Duncan and Chugga showing the value of local experience on these relentless roads.
To catch the drivers that I'm trying to catch, they're fast. They're super fast. That's why they're here. I'll just do my best till the end. Main thing is to keep keeping it clean and see what happens from there.
Enjoy driving these roads flat out. Setting first, third fastest times feels really good.
Patrik is actually on a mission. He's on a serious push. You can see it in his stage times, and you can just see the aggression in his driving now. So he has to play catch up, but well, he's back in the podium. That's very impressive.
There's 2 more days to go and 2 more spots we would like to climb, so we're just gonna keep on it and see how far that will take us.
The penultimate day of the Classic ran through Taita Taveta County, ending on the Kenyan coast in Watamu, running a total distance of 465 kilometers.
It'll be less straight than yesterday, which I'll enjoy. So I'm looking forward to today's stages. Yeah, it's going to be a long day.
You don't have time to breathe, but also you've got to look at the GPS because there's a lot of blind corners and the grass is long, so you have to really be on the ball. So you look up, look down, look at the GPS. So quite a lot of things at once happening.
The first stage of the day was particularly challenging to navigate, with many drivers missing corners.
800 caution, turn medium left, in 600, 500, 400, 300, 200 caution, turn medium left. Fuck.
Looks like lots of other people did the same thing.
Yeah, just fine, rejoin from here.
Rack's broken.
Shit.
It's a lovely stage, but it's quite dangerous. Fun stage, but just that one, no shit.
Will you be able to get the car out?
We'll wait for the service.
So do you reckon that's the end of the day?
I hope we got another steering rack.
Everyone's overshooting because the corners are so sharp and you're coming up it so quick. Before you know it, you're off the route.
Well, if you sit at car height, you can't see that there's a massive fuck-off grade ditch there.
One of the biggest casualties of the day was Raji Burridge, who had put together an outstanding rally. With multiple top 3 stage finishes, it was heartbreak when he suffered gearbox failure and was out of classification.
You can't really tell in the car. It just starts losing oil, I guess we're 60 Ks into the stage, so it just kept losing its oil during the stage and then it just ceased. I really honestly don't know what to say. I mean, the amount of work to get to this point with our little car and to get it up to 4th and be fighting for 3rd and winning the class and 4 stages to go and anyway.
Day 8 claimed another victim, Romy Bum. The last stage of the day was a 108-kilometre run to Watamu, with Philip Kadori storming back to win the stage.
That was a good one. Well done. You're fast.
No, I'm stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. What happens when you get stuck?
And you open your door to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Bam! So, okay.
Are you enjoying this classic?
Yeah, I know, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. It's been good. It's been good. It's a shame it's coming to an end.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm in my hometown, so I'm home. But we're surprised that we're still top 10, you know, and we still have the option, a possibility of making up 1 or 2 places tomorrow. So, looking forward to that.
And we will come back.
Our goal is to keep it clean tomorrow and make it through. 6 would be, you know, I'll be happy with it after the start we had to this rally, but obviously I'd like 5 guys in front of me to fall off and I could come first.
Heading into the final day of the Classic, it was everything still to play for, with the top 6 separated by slender margins, setting up a thrilling finish to the world's greatest classic rally. The final day of the Classic ran around the coastal paradise of Watamu with a total distance of 275 kilometers. And with everything still to play for, tension was running high. Piers Dakin in 4th was trying to hold off Lee Rose and Philip Kadori.
The idea is get to the end. We've got 3 stages to get through and just keep it clean. Good.
Swedish rally ace Patrik Sandell was currently in 3rd, only 1 minute behind Ian Duncan in 2nd. And leading by over 10 minutes was Baldev Chugga, who was yet to win a stage and proving that a smart strategy was paying off.
What's the plan for today then?
I just got to keep it rolling. That's it. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving to the end. That's all. That's all there is.
For sure we're gonna try to get up to 2nd today, but I know that Duncan will not give it up that easy. I'm sure he wants that spot as well, so I think we need to push even harder today than we did yesterday, so that's the plan, but still keep it on the road and not hit any hard things. So hopefully we can have a good day and then get to the finish.
Are you going to catch his blue car? Good man.
The first major incident of the day was Piers Dakin, who had gearbox trouble.
We're just trying to fix it right now, so we don't know.
we hope.
We got what we need, yeah?
We do.
Kaka, fanya hivi, iko pen hapa inafaa kutolewa ndio inasababisha hii shida. Unaona hii pen hapa? Hapa. Hapa iko pen, toa sababisha hapa. Tutoa hiyo pen hapo ndio tumetolewa.
Iko hapa ndani?
Hapa hivi, hapa ya.
Naiona.
Dakin was able to restart but had a disappointing final day, surrendering 4th and 5th place to Lee Rose and Philip Kaduri. But rallying can be a cruel sport.
I was doing fine, doing clean, fast through the stage, and then lost the power, started making funny noises, so not much we can do about it. Just need to get on and wait for the next rally.
Patrik Sandell, meanwhile, was on maximum attack, taking 2nd place off Duncan as he hunted down Chugga over the last 2 stages to try and snatch the win. Heading into the final stage, disaster struck for Chugga.
Okay, maybe it's a bit old. Sorry. No. Give moral support. Come on, take it up.
What time are you in, Drew?
You haven't been given a warning letter. 34.
I haven't, no, I'll go behind you.
7 minutes, plenty.
Well, it's not touching on anything it shouldn't be.
Sorry?
It's not touching on anything it shouldn't be. No.
Sandell is finished as well.
Sandell is finished.
Yes.
So then that means
Minami.
Final classification for the world's greatest classic sees Baldev Chugga as the 2022 champion, with Patrik Sandell in 2nd and Ian Duncan in 3rd.
This victory goes to Tej, and I'm so happy to have my brother here, Honkar. He surprised me today. Thank you. Amazing job from Drew, amazing job from all my team. They kept us going for 8 days. Amazing job from the organizers. What a nice event. And we look forward to many, many, many more happy events like this in the future.
This has been the quickest and most competitive classic to date, and the past 9 days have demonstrated that this is without question one of motorsport's greatest events.
welcome the new champion of the East Africa Safari Classic winner, Patrik and Jules.